just sank. Like, it's up to the top of the tyre. How does he expect me to get through that? Pulled me right in. The other side's not even touching.
So you thought I'd go from carting fuel to bloody horses?
Did you lock that in?
At least we're doing something to help everybody.
Fuel trucker Sludge Andrews has swapped his tankers for a horse float after a monster bushfire broke out in the Perth Hills.
Righto. So we've got enough room?
First flames came from up the top of the hill, just over here.
Some riding schools were in the direct path of the flames.
It was super quick. I've never seen anything move so fast.
People and horses were evacuated from the threatened area just 35 kilometres from the outskirts of the city.
That's the city, somewhere there.
I'm not sure how many horses we've evacuated, but my guess is probably into the 500 or 600, maybe even more.
4 days later, the fires are now largely under control.
Here we go.
Sludge is helping out his mate, Paul Ramsey, in the huge task of returning the horses to their owners.
Well, how about you do the doors and I'll do the horses? Good idea? Thank you.
Assisting Sludge is his partner, Wendy Kennedy, a former mounted policewoman and a horse owner.
Get Wendy in there. We call this one Wendy.
She must be beautiful if she's a Wendy.
There we go.
Actually, quite good, done it with a horse truck on the back of it. You should do it more often.
Who ever thought we'd be doing horses together?
I love it.
Yeah, shit.
I could do this all the time. I'll
No.
come with you everywhere if we can't horses.
That's why we're not getting a horse float.
With a live cargo on board, Sludge needs to modify his driving.
Slow around the corners, babe.
Yes, darling. Got to find the bloody gear first. I'm not used to driving this slow. There you go, look at that. All right, let's go and do it. So we're down here at the first place, so these guys moved their horses out a few days ago to be safe, so they'll be happy to get them back, be quite good. So we'll go around and unload them. Home sweet home.
This generous operation has been made possible by businesses donating fuel, food and facilities to enable dozens of volunteers like Sludge and Wendy to get the horses back home safely.
Oil Tech donated 1,000 litres of fuel to Ramsey's to fill their trucks up to help them out as well. So it's about everyone banding together in every different way. It doesn't matter what it is, it all helps, you know.
I look pretty happy to be home.
All right, thank you very much. Nice to meet you. Yeah, we'll catch up with you. All right. Oh, well, they were pretty happy people.
Yep, very happy.
Not a really good sign, no. See, we're dropping horses off and a fire truck goes past. Oh, well, let's hope it's a peaceful night. Come on, baby. So we got a good start in the morning. We went to start the truck and there's flat batteries. Yeah, that's trucking. Rightio. We'll have to go and jump start it, try and get it going for the day and find a new set of batteries somewhere. We'll get it fired up and I'll just leave it running. I won't shut it off until we get the new batteries in it. Just one of those things, they just, you know, they've been a bit doughy and then all of a sudden this morning they're buggered. Beautiful. So there you go. She's just fired up, so we'll unhook Paul's truck and put the covers on and get going. Oh, well, here we go, another day.
In the fire evacuation zone, for Sludge and Wendy, there's no time to waste. They need to collect more horses to return to grateful owners.
Yep, there's more fireys.
The presence of fire crews is a reminder that the bushfire threat still remains.
Okay, no wonder they use this as an evacuation spot. Look at it.
The Magic Millions horse sales complex outside of Perth has donated its stables to house the evacuated horses.
Wow, look at the stables. Didn't even know it was here.
We were setting up for our annual yearling sale, which was to start next week here in Perth, and we got a call on Monday afternoon, would we be able to take in some of the horses that have been impacted by the fire, and we said that was fine, and it actually snowballed from there. So by Tuesday morning, daylight, we end up with a tick over 300 horses here on the complex.
We are here because we evacuated 38 horses to this facility from our riding school in Gidgee.
Ramsay's is taking them home for us today, which is a massive relief.
Going home today with the support of Ramsay's means that we're not doing another, 15 to 20 trips.
Yeah.
After 5 days in the new stables, it's time to begin the difficult operation of getting the horses home.
It's starting to get a little bit antsy now, being in a new place for a few days, but they'll be happy when we get them home.
Come on.
Loading agitated horses is one of the hardest tasks. Even experienced horse handler Wendy's got a challenge on her hands.
Whoa, look out. Oh, Wendy down.
I held on, but yeah, I'm not as strong with my right arm as I was. I had surgery on that arm a couple of months ago, and on my collarbone I've had it plated, and so I've got no strength, but I haven't hurt it, so that's the main thing. It's a bit hard in situations like this because the horses are getting excited, there's a lot of people around. Sometimes it's better just to have less people.
That's how you meant to do it. Good work.
Come on, little one. That's my kind of horse.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Is there any more?
I think that's it. That's everyone.
With all 27 horses on board, the team sets off for an equestrian centre 20 kilometres away.
Nice and slow, darling.
I'm going to pull up down here on the right.
Right up.
The equestrian centre was in the direct path of the fire, only kilometres from where it started.
The fire didn't come through here, came close.
Hi, buddy.
With the fire danger now having passed, these kids are grateful to see their horses returned and safe.
There we go.
It seems like they've been gone forever, but we're so relieved to have them back. It's just been amazing. A lot of the people who've lost their houses aren't allowed back in the area yet, so we've been so lucky compared to so many people.
There you go. There you go.
Well, thanks, guys.
See you later.
See yous.
But as they return for more horses,
Fireys or the police?
Fireys.
a flare-up has closed the road.
Here we go, we're getting some smoke happening here.
Wow.
Look at that. Holy dolly.
All the bloody twigs are still smouldering, so, it's not over yet.
No.
Hopefully we'll get that rain they're talking about, and that'll bloody pacify it all.
Yeah.
They are forced to divert back to the sanctuary of the Magic Millions stables, passing burnt-out bush on the way.
It's just devastating, isn't it? Like Paul said about that lady and her family were down there helping people put their horses at the Magic Millions and go home and her house burns down. It's not right. Someone's doing good and they lose everything.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
I think today's a day where it hit home a bit, a little bit emotional.
It's been a big week, long hours, and everyone's trying to do their work plus help, so, there's a lot of pressure on everyone.
Yeah, it's just been a big week. Yeah, so it's just a bit emotional and we're tired.
The fires are under control, which is really good because they're opening more and more roads every hour, which will make it a lot easier for us to get some of these properties that we have to get into. Come on.
We're going to start loading these horses up and taking them home by the look of it. So everyone's a bit excited and wants it all to happen.
With the danger now past, Sludge and Wendy can transport their load of evacuated horses home.
Here we go.
Here we go again. Lost track of days now.
The days just one run into another and into another. And
The convoy's cargo of 21 horses is being returned to Yarada Farm Riding School, 17 kilometres down the road.
I've never seen anything move so fast, and I've seen a few fires. I would have been doing 90 k's an hour down the driveway, and that fire beat us down the road.
Bit of devastation here. They're very lucky. We've just brought in the trucks and pretty much the whole perimeter is burnt out. So they're very, very lucky here. Very lucky indeed.
One for you.
There you go.
Standing back a bit.
half a horse in there.
It is half a horse. Look at the size of him.
There you go.
Alright, just wait here, Liz.
Rightio. See you later. All right.
Thank you.
No worries, have a good day.
The fierce fires in the Perth Hills that raged for 5 days burnt over 27,000 acres of land.
What a week, eh?
86 homes were destroyed and hundreds of others were saved by firefighters. No lives were lost. Over 600 horses were evacuated. Sludge and Wendy returned 73 of them.
Here comes the rain.
Beautiful.
Storm clouds threaten expert house mover Robbie Mackay's latest big project.
These houses definitely aren't designed to transport. It's like over 100 years old.
Robbie and his crew are racing to get this early 1900s timber-framed house split into two, loaded and under shelter before the rain hits.
We'll brace it up, but she's going to take a fair bit of bracing to make the journey, that's for sure.
Tonight, this fragile, iconic Queenslander-style home will make a perilous journey to a new location where it will be restored to its former glory.
There's only certain roads we can take because the railway bridges, they're too low, so we've got to go around them. And then to get it into position, we've got 50 k's of dirt roads and 2 or 3 creek crossings, big hills, big pools. Like a little bit of rain is a nightmare and a lot of rain is an absolute nightmare.
A whopping 80 millimetres of rain is predicted in the next 24 hours.
It's just starting to spit. Hopefully the boys aren't going to be too much longer. The amount of rain that they're forecasting, it may not be able to be delivered.
Robbie's biggest single investment is this $800,000 state-of-the-art remote-controlled trailer.
Let's go. Chuck this trailer under one side.
On this journey, it'll be at risk from the wet weather and potentially flooded creeks.
A lot of electronics in it, a lot more sensors and everything for the steering and stuff. You don't want to get too wet.
It'll all come forward away from it to scare it out. Quarter past 11. The rain isn't here at the moment, but it's hot, it's muggy, it's the wet season, so hopefully it stays dry.
We've got to go a fair way around to get to where we've got to go. It's a bit of a hike, so it should be pretty interesting.
All right, let's go.
The team's first challenge is an upcoming tunnel.
just after you pass the exit, it comes to 3 lanes and it throws up the left lane.
Yeah, and we'll just go real steady because the tarps don't need to be up very much before it'll set it off. This tunnel up here, like, it's a new tunnel and we'll have to go steady to approach it. It's 5'5" high. We're only like 4'8", but with the tarps they can blow up.
They have 700 millimetres of clearance, but in the new high-tech tunnel, a billowing tarpaulin could set off alarms, bringing traffic to a sudden halt.
They got lasers that constantly read the height. We've been caught out before where we've gone through, and because the tarps are up, it's dropped the boom gates to the tunnel. You're not well liked if you close the highway for an hour, so... Truck's coming up your right.
Adding to the hazards, overtaking traffic.
That's the tunnel. Didn't set the alarms off, so it's good. Coming out of the back of Lismore here, there's heaps of low wires and trees, cars and that, so just winding our way through.
The busy highway is behind them, but up ahead, the most challenging part of the journey. Over 130 kilometres of tight, winding country roads with low and narrow bridges.
47 up top. The front begins.
The height of the load is 4.6 metres.
Keep going.
And the bridge, 4.7.
Keep going nice and steady.
Real steady, Shane, you got four. It's narrow. We only got 100 mil, and that's if the measurements are right.
Keep going, you've got about 50 mil up the front.
Yeah, you're right, keep creeping.
Keep going. You're right, still, you've got about 100 mil. Yeah, you're cleared.
You behind me, dog?
Go.
Watch me come under this bridge. Squeezing through.
Next up, an even bigger hurdle to cross. A single-lane bridge with a muddy track and a bend on the exit.
The other side of the bridge is quite steep, long, and it goes around a bend, so we're just going to wait for the tractors.
Robbie's called in the cavalry, a posse of local farmers on tractors to help out.
There you go, mate, Robbie. There you go, mate, Robbie. There you go. This is basically what we've been dreading, is the next 10, 20 Ks. It just keeps getting worse and worse. Yeah, we're around the first obstacle, plenty more to go.
A weight-restricted bridge on the bitumen has forced Robbie off-road and cross-country. It now means he faces treacherous muddy tracks, more hills and punishing creek crossings.
We did a detour around the weight-restricted bridge. I think the load limit was like 20 tonne, 18 tonne.
Each loaded truck weighs in at 42 tonnes. The only way across an upcoming stream is an old, narrow timber bridge.
Turns out the timber bridge doesn't have a load limit. It's one of them bridges you don't want to sit on for very long.
The bridge don't feel real safe.
I see it move every time I drive on it. Yeah, she's an old bridge. We're over it. All these corners through here really tight. That one especially. Just had to lean it away from the tree to squeeze through.
To avoid hitting obstacles that could damage the load, Robbie's state-of-the-art remote-controlled trailers prove their worth.
Not so much, Shane, on the axles are dragging into the ground. Lift the other side up a bit.
Each trailer wheel contains a sensor, allowing the trailer to adjust its height and steering to avoid obstacles.
Yeah, good to go.
They've made it to the tiny hamlet of Lodestone, population 40. But the journey's not over yet.
Now we're on a wet, slippery road. We're about to go into a creek.
The final hurdle is this creek. Crossing it will put Robbie's $800,000 trailer at risk.
With the trailers, the computer sensors sit on the wheels. They are water resistant, not waterproof. They can go through water, but they're not meant to be submerged in water.
To get them across, 2 tractors hook up to the first load.
It's not that deep. I reckon I'll pull up there, eh?
Robbie, feeling confident, decides to go it alone.
Keep going, nice and easy. Keep it going, keep it going.
Robbie's lost traction and his sensors are submerged.
It's really wet this side of the creek, so we've got the tractors, but hopefully they're enough. So we'll see how it goes.
The only way out is with tractor power. The sensors have survived.
Luckily, we had the tractors here to give us a tug on the other side.
Robbie and his crew have made it to their final destination.
He's just backing it in here. We're going to join it together. We've got it in here, and we're just bringing it into that last little bit now. We'll get it joined up, start unloading it. It's been a bit of a journey, 9 hours. It's carried really well, considering it's a 100-year-old house. It's one of them jobs that is a nightmare, but it's a good achievement when you finish.
Ideally, we need to get as much moisture out of the system as we can before we put gas back into it.
In Perth, the refrigerator unit on Woody Bryant's truck is threatening his last supply run of the year to a remote outback community.
Where we're going is going to be like 46 to 48 degrees. We need to make sure it's all right.
There's thermal expansion valve stuck open, flooding liquid refrigerant back to the compressor. So it's bad news.
The fix will take time and money, but a replacement will cost even more.
A new fridge trailer is about $160,000.
Yeah, it's fairly intense. You're going to have to load shortly.
With a load of perishable food and water supplies, Woody won't be going anywhere if his cooling system can't be fixed.
Hopefully on the road by lunchtime, we'll just see what happens.
In Punmu, there are 252 members.
Every year, Punmu is under threat of being cut off by the annual wet season.
Food, projects, everything's got to come up from Perth.
For up to 6 months of the year, rains can make access roads impassable.
We just don't want to get caught with nothing out here and locked in with no food.
Time is of the essence, but a number of Woody's supplies are yet to arrive in the yard.
All right.
Hello, how are you?
Good, yourself? You're late this morning. This is the first truck to turn up. Waiting on about 8 deliveries. Hopefully the freezer stuff will get here first. just working out where the missing freight is. There's no tobacco, no buggy, and no Peters. 4 cartons of ice creams. See, it's always ice creams that hold me up. Until the ice cream gets here, I can't do anything. So how's it looking now, Ben?
Might have to play with it a little bit.
Yep.
Just get in there and tune the valve.
We'll go up the front and see what the temperature is. Yeah, but it seems to be operating.
It's about -13.
That's not bad.
Pulling it down.
It's looking good, so it should be fine.
Chuck it in there, mate, please. Awesome. We were waiting for 4 boxes of ice cream. Now we can finally start loading because we've got to keep this stuff at -20 degrees. If the products thaw out and they're unusable, I'm the one that has to wear it.
He loads more than 18 tonnes of food to last the community through the 6-month wet season.
It's all done and dusted now.
Locked and loaded, Woody heads out of the city. But the delays have cost precious time.
Those 4 little boxes of ice cream have held us up, and now look.
He's smack bang in peak hour traffic.
What are we doing? 7 kilometres an hour. This is going to be painful. 2 hours earlier, none of this traffic would be here. We'd be sitting on 80 kilometres an hour going through here.
With the frustrations of the traffic now behind him, this 30-year trucking veteran can enjoy his pride and joy. His newly purchased Kenworth 608.
This is the second time that I've had this truck out in the bush. Haven't had any issues with it and done nearly 40,000 k's in it. I love being a truck driver. I used to go with my dad in his truck, and then the day I turned 21, I went and got my truck licence way back then. Unless you had experience, they wouldn't give you a job. So I'll go and buy my own truck, so that's what I did. Pretty well take anything anywhere.
Hey, Woody!
Is that you, Craig?
Yeah, how you going, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. Yourself?
That's a nice looking truck you got there, boy.
Thanks, mate. We want to get up there and get back out before the torrential rains get here. The monsoonal troughs haven't turned up yet, but they could be on their way as we speak. What happens? The lightning, it doesn't just come out of thin air, it comes out of the static electricity built up in these big storm clouds. The lightning will hit the ground, set fire to the bush, and then this is how your wild scrub fires start. The weather up here is incredible. You walk outside and you instantly start sweating. Where we're going, it'll be hotter. Hotter than hell. An hour ago, we were just watching the clouds building up, and they were big, fat, fluffy, white-looking clouds. Looking at them now, starting to turn a really ugly shade of grey. So we'll see how we go. If we get to Ripon Hills Road, and it's had substantial rain on it, the mine site will shut the road down. Depending on how long it takes for it to dry out, could be closed for weeks. You can see it pouring down over to the left of us, to the west. Hopefully with this rain, it's not flooded the road too much. I've been to Punmu and everything's 4 inches underwater, and yeah, a lot can happen in a very short time. We've just crossed over the 26th parallel, So we are officially in the northwest of Western Australia.
The 26th parallel, the line on Earth that defines being 26 degrees south of the equator.
Still a bit stormy back behind us, but it's not looking too bad heading north.
Playing on Woody's mind is his load of $100,000 worth of perishable foodstuffs stored in the ailing freezer on the back.
It's all operating good at the moment, so just got to keep an eye on it. I do all my own repairs and maintenance because I'm a mechanic by trade.
Punmu lies in the Great Sandy Desert, the second largest in Australia. Out here, being self-sufficient could mean the difference between life and death.
It's easier to fix little bits in Perth than when you're in the middle of the desert, where it's really hot and every fly within 500 kilometres wants to come and help you. And at the end of the day, if the old girl breaks down, the only way I'm getting home from out there is in this thing here. So I've got to fix it. I'm just checking the wheel bearings. When you've done this a long time, you get a feel for whether they're running hot or not. If you put your hand on it and it burns you, there is a major issue in there. And if you keep going with it, you'll either lose a set of wheels completely or it'll catch fire. 90% of this body is fiberglass, like fibre panel type stuff. So if that caught fire, the whole lot will burn to the ground. Yeah, temperature's about 32 degrees, but it's going to get a lot hotter real quick. When it gets very hot, like into the 40s, the bitumen actually turns back to a liquid, it melts.
And where Woody's heading is one of the hottest places on the continent.
Marble Bar's the hottest place in Australia, and where we're going is actually hotter than Marble Bar. We're just coming up to the Punmu Coonawarra Telfer turn-off, just turning left, and this is the last bit of bitumen we'll see. I've got eggs in there and digital equipment, and it's all got to arrive, safe. You just take your time, steady, steady.
On the edge of the Great Sandy Desert, Woody now faces over 400 kilometres of highly remote truck-busting dirt.
When you're going out into remote places like I do, no one's going to help you. If you don't turn up this time of the year, there's no tourists out there. You might sit there for 3 or 4 days before you see someone. Gotta love the corrugation.
The ruts in the road, called corrugations, force Woody down to a 6 km/h crawl. At this speed, it will take Woody 2.5 days to reach his destination.
The wind is blowing the dust faster than we can drive. I feel like a martini that's been shaken and not stirred. We've done about 5 kilometres on the dirt road, and it's taken us 3/4 of an hour, and we've got maybe 400 k's to go.
Up ahead, a lonely grader appears. Its job to try and smooth the track ahead.
How far are you going in the grader? All the way to Punmu?
Yeah, I'll get there eventually, I guess. Taking a while, road's pretty buggered.
Old mate George in the grader, he does a good job.
The tracks are so remote, they're lucky if they get graded once every 6 months.
We've just turned off the main road and now we're on the Punmu road. Could be a very long night.
The grader hasn't yet reached this stretch of road.
So you can get out and walk faster than this. Painful, isn't it? For the last half an hour, 3/4 an hour, I've been doing 5 kilometres an hour. I'm just about out of guts full of these corrugations. Knocks you around a bit. Yeah, the road's starting to get big soft spots in it. You get bogged in them very easily. It's all sand here. I'm bogged. Hell, man. What a doofus. There's no phone reception. There's nothing. Because I'm in such soft soil, just keep digging. See if I can back out of it. Not much more I can do. Hopefully we can get out. We're in the middle of nowhere. There's no phone reception, so you've got to fend for yourself. At the moment, the temperature is maybe 46 degrees.
Woody's losing up to 3 litres of fluid every hour. If he doesn't rehydrate, he's in danger of suffering from heat exhaustion, and that can be fatal.
I was only doing 15 kilometres an hour along here because it's still a bit corrugated, and sort of caught the soft sand on the edge, and here I am. So this old Outback trucker, he's Outback Trucker.
He's only 60 kilometres short of his destination, but it may as well be 1,000 kilometres away.
Nobody knows that I'm stuck. It's just getting hotter and hotter.
The temperature has reached a dangerous level.
I'm not going to get out there and walk 60 k's that way to the community. You'd probably last maybe 5 kilometres. Then I'd be cooked alive. You wouldn't be able to carry enough water to sustain your body.
The digging is also increasing his body temperature from its normal 37 degrees Celsius.
I've been here too long, and I've moved about a foot.
If it climbs to 40 degrees, his body organs will begin to fail and shut down.
My back is really starting to ache. The sand's getting really hot and starting to burn my knees. So I'm just gonna chill out for a little bit.
Recently, in the West Australian and Central Australian deserts, 6 people perished of dehydration within a 14-day period. All made the fatal mistake of abandoning their vehicles and trying to walk out.
The sooner I can get going, the better.
Woody's now been digging for 6 hours and making desperate distress calls.
Any mine site vehicles on channel or anybody?
But no one can hear him.
Nobody knows that I'm stuck. It's just getting hotter and hotter.
As the 46-degree heat burns into him, Woody's situation is perilous.
Last time I got bogged, I was there for 5 days. Any mine site vehicles or anybody on channel? mate. Any chance you could give us a little bit of a hand? I've done myself a bit of a mischief here.
All right, mate, I'll pull over and see what we can do.
Finally, somebody stopped. See if we can get out of this dirt. I'll go and have a yarn with him and see what we can do.
Oh, about 18 tonne.
Righto, mate.
Take this way for a bit.
Let's see if we can get out. Righto.
Thank you.
He was starting to get bogged as well. He'll come back on the hard stuff. We'll have another go at dragging it out. All right, me old mate.
Take this way for a bit.
Yeah, mate, yep. All right, you got it. Awesome. Man's a lifesaver. Thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate it, eh?
Easy, man. I'll see you later.
All right, cheers, mate. Truckies always help one another. All right, so we're finally out of the sand trap and on our way to Punmu. And if I had beers, I'd be drinking lots of them. Got maybe 5 kilometres to go. We're just coming over the last sand hill, and then Punmu will be on our right-hand side. I'll be glad to get there. Store straight ahead. Office, turn left.
For the community of Punmu, Woody's not only a lifeline, he's a hero.
Aren't they wonderful kids, eh? Oh, they love it when I come in. And we'd like to see that everything's survived. Hopefully it has. We'll start unloading the pallets now. And we'll open the freezer now, see if everything's still frozen.
The moment of truth. After 2,220 kilometres and fierce desert temperatures.
Once we get it out of this freezer, into that freezer, job's over.
Has Woody's 18 tonnes of frozen goods survived?
Yeah, the icy piles that came in off Woody's truck. There you go.
The ice creams are still frozen.
Ring that bell, Bradley. Ring that bell, son.
Every morning, the local kids get picked up from home and ride on the barrel train to school. This morning's ride has an added bonus, an ice cream, thanks to Woody. To enjoy a ride home on the barrel train, students must remain at school all day. School attendance is rocketing.
Everything got here okay. Now that I've delivered their wet season load, done. If it rains, they've got enough provisions to last them a good 6 months. I like coming out here. They're really nice children. They brighten my day.
We'd basically given up everything to come up here and set up our life in the pine nut business. Haven't really quite come to grips with it. It was going to be our future. It was going to be my future business, and yeah, now it's gone.
In 2020, Australia experienced the worst bushfires on record, destroying so much for so many. For dentist Jeremy Sternson, his wife and 3 children, gone is their fledgling pine nut business and beloved family home in the Victorian high country.
Yeah, we had a 5-bedroom, 2-storey house over this side, and we built this to be our basic dream house. I had my fly fishing room, an office, games room for the kids, and a massive shed which used to stand over here. We just loved it. We thought it was fireproof.
A year on from the destructive fires, the family are hoping for a new start with the delivery of a prefabricated home.
They're temporary homes for the purposes of getting them back on their properties and enabling them to rebuild.
Having a temporary accommodation here is going to be fantastic. Be here as the rebuild's being done. Yeah, look after the place, look after my horses.
I'm really excited to see the houses. I still have no idea how to get them on our property, so it's going to be a very interesting day.
It's going into a very tight location, so we've had to adapt the design to be able to get the building in. We've had to restrict the overall width of the building to be the width of a truck.
Throw a chain through them.
On site, each 5-ton part will then be stitched together.
This first bit's going to come on now and it'll go hard up to the gooseneck. You just get your side right. Come to us a bit if you want. Yeah, we've got one down and 3 more to go. Everything went well. That was a nice hassle-free load. Righto, let's go. I'll follow you. How are we looking, Travis?
Yeah, Jim's off slow.
The convoy is heading for the Great Alpine Range in the Victorian high country via the busy Western Freeway.
Can you see that roofing panel? Looks like it's only half screwed down.
Righto, when we can up there, Travis will pull over. I might get Zelco a ring.
Okay.
Alan just let me know there's a bit of iron roof flapping. The leading edge is blowing up, and it sounds like one of them's flapping on the next load too. The leading edge is not screwed down properly. The wind gets under it and off they go. There's nowhere to pull over. Is there another survey down here anywhere?
There's one on the ring road, 7-Eleven, with the McDonald's.
Yeah, I reckon we go down to there.
Right, I reckon, Megan.
I reckon we'll give it a go. Is that the spot for us, Andy, Travis? Come on, lifesaver.
Sorry, fellas. Yeah, what's wrong?
Oh, the roof sheets are flapping up. Right to go? Good. Right, Tim? Let's go.
After 350 kilometres, the convoy finally reaches the foothills of the Great Alpine Range, rising up 2,000 metres above sea level.
Now we start to climb up towards Omeo. Very windy, a few log trucks. We'll just have to keep our wits about us.
4 coming northbound from Shady Creek.
At least we get a bit of pre-warning with Travis up there looking out for us.
Watch your left hand up and slow right down, boys. It's a big hairpin. Watch down to 45. Now you got a white sovereign coming towards us. Beware of that.
And we have a crane set up ready to go.
The trucks have reached the drop-off point for the next part of their journey.
Yeah, you got a couple metres to go.
The 8 modular home parts are transferred to 2 smaller trucks, better suited for the climb up to the home's final destination.
And we'll get this last one off now and everyone will head off.
Looks good. Anyone think you've done that before?
Been a really good effort by all. Thanks for that. Thank you. Appreciate your help today.
No worries.
For Jonathan and the other 3 drivers, their work is done. The next and highly precarious stage is now the responsibility of driver Brent Penguise.
How are we up that end, J.A.?
Yeah, we can go forward another metre.
Yep. How's that, mate?
Yeah, not easy.
And there are no guarantees of success.
They don't build the road to suit trucks around here. There's a fair few steep little climbs and most of the corners are on the uphill climbs, which could be interesting. We'll let the other truck go in front of it. If I can't get through, well, we'll join the two of us together and we'll both go through together. Better watch out for these overhanging trees. Knock the load around a bit, like this one about to come past the window. Yeah, we got around the first corner pretty good.
12 months ago, these hills were ravaged by bushfires, the worst on record, destroying 31 million acres. Jeremy Sternson and his family were lucky not to be home when the fires tore through their house and property.
I called the answering machine every 30 minutes during the day, and I figured if the answering machine picked up, then I knew the house was still standing. About 3:30 in the afternoon, it just died. And 30 minutes later, my neighbour called me to confirm, yeah, our greatest fear that we'd lost everything. That was our main living room. That's the fireplace, it's the only thing that was still standing. If we look at this photo here, the house before it burned down, and this is straight after.
3 kilometres into the mountain pass, Brent is attempting to conquer the tightest turn.
As you start coming up around the hairpins, it's all about picking the right gear and getting enough swing.
That was really sharp there, too, Brent.
Yeah, right, mate. We'll see how we go.
He needs traction on the loose surface.
Flick a couple of switches here. See how we go. Yeah. Second corner in, we're already having a bit of fun. Getting the spins up. Bit of loose ground. Slide the tray back, transfer our weight to the back a bit more and give that a crack.
With a 2-ton section of prefab house on his hydraulic trailer, Brent needs to shift the weight onto the back axle to get a better grip around the tight turns.
I'll try that before I do too much more. Let's see what happens. Oh, that worked.
1 hairpin bend down.
Let's see what the next one does.
4 more to go. The Sternsons have not had a family home for an entire year.
I'm really excited to see them. It's going to be interesting seeing how these trucks do it. There's a lot of overhanging trees, a lot of potholes, very steep in parts.
Yeah, that's where we're heading.
Waiting for Brent is the man who'll put the 8-piece housing jigsaw together in this difficult location.
Oh, look, it's a big relief to get them in. By the time we're finished today, it should all be in its correct position.
Coming down.
As they progressively land them, so keep the weight on it, we'll start bolting them together.
That's it.
When they told me they were going to be driving trucks down a track with those things on it, I couldn't believe it.
While the drop-off is a success, the return journey is even more of a challenge.
Never got to get out. Empty. Empty's harder. No weight on the drives to give you grip. I'm going to swing the wrong way, pop the back around, and then back the rest of the way up the track. I'll try to anyway. If we can get enough swing to get us out of the corner, we'll be right.
Having struggled to get his truck around the tight turns on the way in, Brent decides to navigate the final bends backwards.
Yeah, no good, mate.
With no load on board, there's no grip on the loose gravel.
Yeah, pushing the tray out, try and get some drive weight again over the back axle. Try it again. I reckon if we go forward, another crack backwards. Yeah, we're winning. Still winning. We're out. Yeah, I got him. I'm out.
Now it's 5.5 kilometres down the track, backwards.
I reckon truck drivers do as many Ks in reverse as they do forward. We finally made it.
The next section is on its way. After a long day, the final piece of the new home is delivered.
It's great to see the last one going in just before any inclement weather hits us. Yeah, it's perfect. It's all worked out perfectly.
Very exciting. No idea how they managed to get these things down here.
Everyone happy? Lovely.
After surviving the devastation of the bushfire, it's the start of a new chapter for Jeremy Sternson and his family.
I don't think we've been together as a whole family more than about 4 days this entire year. Just to have a place where we can sit down as a family and have dinner, even Christmas lunch. To have this place here where we can all be safe and together as a family is going to be just really wonderful.
I hate doing this. Always worried I'm going to jam my fingers or break something. He's going to get cranky now.
Don't go laughing about it.
I didn't mean to. It wasn't my fault it happened. It hit there and it snapped.
Me, Danielle.
Look, it's too heavy.
You lifted it any other
I
time.
can't lift that one. Fucking hell, and it looked like it was high enough. It so wasn't my fault. Got it. What a mission.
Deep in the Australian wilderness, the water driller family, husband and wife team Anthony and Danielle.
Can't go too fast.
Their 6-year-old son Heath, 1-year-old Theo, and teacher and nanny Laura are on one of their toughest jobs ever.
We are off to the first hole, so hopefully we get to it.
For Danielle, it's particularly hard, juggling roles and stepping up to drive the second truck.
It's been a bit hectic being a mother of 2 now on the road, travelling all the time.
Where they're heading has been hit by an unusually long dry season.
Yeah, it's been a pretty tough year for them up here. Like, they're sort of doing it a bit tough.
Cattle station owners are in desperate need of the water driller's expertise, finding water.
You know, water's something you need, you know, like you can live without electricity, but you don't have water, you don't survive.
There's no guarantee they'll find what they're looking for, and no guarantee they'll even make it there.
It's a bit bumpy, this road.
We've because you've got so much weight back there, you're trying to drag it up the hill, and then you get the corrugations in here.
If anything goes wrong, they're 170 kilometres from the nearest help. To add to the challenge, the water drillers' convoy is massive, a total weight of 140 tonnes and just under 100 metres long. 2 prime movers, 6 trailers, a drilling rig, more than 1,000 metres of casing pipes and 4 shipping containers converted into living quarters to house the travelling roadshow of 5.
Oh, looks like there's a bit of water here. Oh, God. And I've got to stop. We're stuck. I'm stuck. It just sank. Like it's up to the top of the tyre. How does he expect me to get through that? Pulled me right in. The other side's not even touching. You want me to dig some of that out?
What?
Dig some of that out?
Hey, go for it if you want to.
What, will it help?
So Bushfire's only about another K up here further. So we'll try and get this truck in. There should be a loader there, and then we'll come back and pull her out. We should be right to keep going then.
The rescue vehicle may only be 1 kilometre away, but it involves a series of bends and dirt hills known as jump-ups.
We've got a bit of a jump up coming up here. I don't know how we'll go with it, but we'll find out.
Now, Anthony's truck, weighing in at 60 tonnes, is also bogged. With both of their trucks down, it's a disaster.
We're held up, you know, it's costing us money too, you know, so at the end of the day, if everything goes smoothly, it's pretty good, but yeah, afraid we're not in a perfect world, so it doesn't happen that way.
Anthony desperately needs the 200 horse-powered front-end loader to pull him out.
Talking fell on the loader half hour ago, so he shouldn't be far away. We'll go back and see if we can pull them trucks out. Loader's coming down now. We'll just hook this rope up, see how we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna let the bosses do this one for me. Dragged a bit. Proper stuck there.
So they're bringing the loader up here now, so we'll hook it on the front here and get a bit of a pull up here.
With both trucks up and out, they finally reached the drill site. With half a day lost, time to dig deep.
We're down 54 metres now, and we should hit water if we've got water here around that 70 metres. So yeah, it was a big day, but we should be back on track again tomorrow, so all's looking good. What do you want? Here, come and get your Tonka truck.
Next morning, the drill's now down to over 100 metres, but still, there's no sign of water. But that's not what has the family worried.
Danielle and Anthony woke up at 1 o'clock to Theo with a temperature, and he was really hot, sweaty, shaking.
Theo's sudden fever, common to children under 5, can lead to distressing convulsion fits, which can last for up to 5 minutes.
So I'm just a bit worried, trying to get his temperature down so he doesn't have any febrile convulsions. Good boy. Good boy.
Yummy.
If his condition worsens, he'll need medical assistance, and that's 170 kilometres away.
Hi, this is Danielle Haig speaking, and I have a 1-year-old, and he's been spiking temps all morning. His respiratory rate's high. He's been vomiting. I'm just not sure whether I should bring him in there or not. I rang the clinic in Borroloola. They think I should bring him in. Well, obviously, kids come first, no matter what, you know, over work, over money, over all of that, you know.
We'll see how he goes tonight, and if he's no better, I think Danielle's going to take him in to the clinic. And then if Danielle goes, well, yeah, I sort of just got to put tools down for a while. And
while they monitor Theo's condition, the drilling continues.
Man, it's so stinking hot.
But then, when things are looking their worst,
Yeah! Look at all that water! Yeah!
pretty good supply here, getting about 5-6 litres a second. So we drilled 115 metres of total depth. The station should be pretty happy with that one.
and there's more good news. Theo's temperatures dropped to normal levels.
He's happy now, so we'll keep him here. Here we play on the bobcat.
Time for the drillers to pack up and head to the final bore site.
Yeah, next site is only about 10k back the same way we came in. Shouldn't be too bad going the other way, so we should be right. Lost power, motor shut down, so we'll have a bit of a look here and see what's happening.
Having survived Theo's sickness and been bogged twice, now Anthony's truck engine has died.
I have no idea what he's doing. Must be pulling something.
To get Anthony's 60-ton truck out, he'll need Danielle to tow him.
So would you like to enlighten me as to what's going on?
I'm going to tow you up there.
How can he pull that much weight?
Oh, let the clutch out and let the truck pull it.
Well, you've already got, like, how many ton behind you, and then...
So what, Danielle?
I'm just asking, dickhead. Like, maybe if you make things a little bit more clear and just go, I'm just going to pull you up there.
What happens when we use a stiff bar and push the other truck out of the bog?
But the other one's still got some power with it.
Hop in.
Can you give me some instructions first?
Rookie driver Danielle will steer the broken-down truck with no brakes, gears, engine or power steering.
Don't tell me I have to listen to that the whole time.
You right?
Yeah, that other cord is hanging down.
That's all right, just don't run over it. The other board's got your hand, which so it can be towed along.
Yeah, well, I'll try and not run over it. This is just crazy shit. Oh, man. My palms are sweating that much. My heart is racing.
60 tons, 44 metres in length. It's a long 2 kilometres to get to the final hole.
Well, by this breaking down today, we've literally just wasted a day. Like it's, I don't even know what time it is now, but I'm pretty sure it's close.
Ready for the next gear?
What?
You ready to go up again?
No, not really. Was he joking? I don't want to go any faster. Absolutely terrifies me. This shit just doesn't happen. How far we got to go doing this?
About 2k, 2.5k maybe.
Oh, that's all right, sweet.
Danielle steering a broken-down truck with no air conditioning.
Yeah, it was 43 degrees outside today, and we now have no aircon Not even a breeze blowing through. Oh, it's hot. We just have like the worst luck. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't even know how he's going to fix it. This must be it. Made it. You know, I wasn't going to have an alcoholic beverage tonight, but I think I'll drink a whole bottle of wine instead.
This is the last hole here at Malapanya. Hopefully we get a good result here today.
The job is almost over. A huge relief for a family that's been on the road working for 8 months. But if they can't fix Anthony's truck, it will be marooned here throughout the 6-month wet season, risking their entire business.
Is there a mechanic or something on station?
Morgan's mechanic.
Is he here? Bloody hope so.
Don't want to get stuck here in this black soil over the wet. Otherwise we won't get it out at all. Hopefully we get it going and all's good.
The station mechanic, Gibson Burke, arrives.
Did it like die out or did it bloody just...
Didn't cough or splutter, it just died out.
He suspects it's an electrical problem.
There's probably 10,000 wires in that truck, so...
Oh, mate, at the end of the day with wiring, like you could be here for the next 2 days looking for one broken wire, but hopefully we won't have that.
We're a 10-hour drive to Darwin, so if you had to get a part, you know, well, there's 2 days driving. Yeah, so fingers crossed we'll get it fixed and we can keep moving to the next place.
At the bore site, there's a small sign of hope.
Yeah, I think we've got a little bit of moisture happening there now.
But it's short-lived.
That's enough from that water. Wouldn't be enough for you and me to survive.
Anthony's hit water, but it's nowhere near enough.
Yeah, absolutely. It's disappointing not getting water. There's water there, just not enough.
It may not be enough, but the driller's job here is done.
Righto, everything's sorted.
Meanwhile, back at the truck, there's good news.
He's confident.
Yeah, I'll tell you in 5 minutes. Again.
Just that fuse holder.
A $65,000 engine broken down because of a melted $2 plastic fuse holder.
Thank you. Thank you.
The water drillers are ready to take on the next job and the dirt road once again.
Just getting ready for a day's work. Always got to have your lip gloss handy. Doesn't matter where you are or what you're doing. If you look your best, you feel your best.